out here in the garage right now, dropping the deck off the Poulan. I just took the clips out, but I left everything so I can put the deck back on if I feel like it. It's one there, then one here, and one right there on the other side. And then I just left the arm on the deck. Clip here, clip over there. Little clip up there for the spring and the cable. You'll see it when you do it, but lower the deck all the way down before you do it too. But anyway, I gotta get the belt off of this now. All right, well, that was easy. So now I gotta maneuver this out from under here. And then we're gonna try to get this running because it's raining today. And we're gonna go through the mud hole. Got it out here now. Deck's off. Pulled that out from under it. Got a good battery in it. It's real stiff on the compression stroke. So I'm just pouring oil in it, jumping the solenoid, let it roll without the spark plug in it. Because when the spark plug's in it, it's very pretty tight. So I'm just doing this to loosen her up some, and hopefully she'll run in a little bit. Alright, y'all, well, piss poor change of plans. Took the exhaust off, and I unplugged the wiring, because I'm going to just take this motor out, and then I'm going to throw that motor right there in it. I got my starter off. I'm going to put the starter on that motor. I think I need the coil on that motor because it wasn't getting spark last time I messed with it, but I might wait to change that because that's a new spark plug and the one in that was pretty crusty, so it could have been because of the plug. But put the fuse in the wiring there, and then the key started working good, which is pretty cool. So now I'm going to change this motor here. It's just these 4 bolts. The exhaust came off non-fightingly, which is very nice. So yeah, under here now, got her jacked up. Then I burred off that fucking bolt. Now I gotta fight this off here, and I'll have this motor out. All right, got the bolts off the bottom. The pulleys is 16. The bolts for the motor's a 14. Motherfucker, I forgot to take off the throttle cable. All right, now that that throttle cable's off, we're gonna see if this want to come off. First, though, before I forget, I'm gonna rob this spark plug out of here so I can put it on the new motor. Then we're gonna see how this one comes off. Get it free from here. Fuck. All right, I'm gonna let this jack down before it falls on me. Alright, now I gotta pull it straight up. Hell yeah. Old motor off. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep her sitting right here just in case I need to rob something like the coil off of it. But now, since that's just bare, the intrusive thoughts in me want to paint the frame gold, but I don't feel like waiting for the paint to dry, so now I'm gonna go over here and fight this other motor out of here. Alright, just got this one flipped up. Need to take a pulley, the 4 bolts off this one also. So the OEM exhaust right there, this came down, and right there where I cut it, it goes into that box, the exhaust part. So I just chopped her off right there, so she shoots the flames down at the ground, and that is absolutely perfect. Got the different motor on here other than that one, and we're going to see how she does. Alright, y'all, I put my pulley on, put the belt on, had to change my ignition coil. It's getting good spark. We're gonna get that ether, we're gonna give her a big sniff, and we're gonna see what she does. So I got this motor on here, got that carb there, off of that one, took the air filter housing off of this one, put her back on there, hooked the gas line up, was dumping gas and ether in it, and she would want to barely run, but you'd have to stay on the starter. And then takes basically the exhaust now, because I got hella air coming back out of there like the fucking Honda when it was just, it was fucked up. Anyway, put a new plug in it, so it has really good spark than it did before. Hell, it still had spark before, and was choking the shit out of it, and it still didn't want to run right. So pulled the manifold cover off, and then the head cover off, and then both of the valves was working, so I was like, the fuck. So I'm going to go and check about my clearances online or something, see if something's fucked up. Alright, out here on day 2, we're trying to get this running. I tightened up my exhaust valve here. This is supposed to be 6 thousandths. I got that right. And then the intake valve here, it's supposed to be 4 thousandths. And the problem that I'm having is it's spitting hella compression out of the intake. So here's a 4 thousandths, what this is supposed to be. And it is definitely way more loose than 4 thousandths. So what you want to do is get you a little key like that, then put the key in the middle of it, and then put a 10mm wrench on it. And you want to tighten it down until this is kind of firm in here, but you can still pull it out, push it back in. And then you want to tighten this middle one down here. So that did not fix the problem, and I'll show y'all what's going on. Keep in mind that this Poulan did come with a 16 horse, and then this is a 14.5 Briggs. Hella compression coming out the intake. So, I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wait on this tech's back, because I'm supposed to be getting another mower, and that probably got a good motor on it, but if not, I might order a head gasket for it. Alright, copped another motor, also got the diff out for the purple Craftsman. We're taking the exhaust off right now, and then this motor's coming off. Well, actually, we're taking the exhaust off, then the head's coming off, and I'm going to inspect it some, and then I'll take the motor off and then slap the other one on there, but gotta find a starter that fits that thing. Taking the head off here now. There's push rods. She is pretty dirty in there, and the valves are pretty gummed up. That's why I probably don't want to seal. Here is how the Poulan sits as of right now. That motor, I was like, well, I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to go and cop another one just to, you know, in the meantime, because I kind of feel like driving this. And put this on, put the 16 horse carb on, and non-jokingly, it has the same problem, which kind of sucks. So, I'm taking this off right now. Getting ready to take the motor off. I didn't video taking the other one off and putting this one on, because you already seen me do that once, this video, but here is how the 14 sits. Extension cord. Here's how this sits as of right now. Still holding fluid. Valves got taken out, cleaned. We're gonna get some lapping material tomorrow. They'll get lapped and put on. Gonna get a new gasket, hopefully. And then this one should run when it gets put in there, because I put a good coil on it and stuff. So hopefully if the compression release isn't messed up on this one, then it'll run good while it's in there. And here's my 6-speed, probably good differential that is gonna be going into the mower. This, you know, this thing's sitting here like this right now. Because, as you can see, this is centerpiece out of the pulley. So, it's definitely been a fight to... the process of taking it off has definitely been a fight, but hopefully that motor will run in this mower tomorrow. So that's where it's at right now. Alright, y'all, so the other night when I said I didn't feel like waiting on the paint to dry, this time I have overnight to let it dry, but all my sandpaper is in my car, which is currently not here, so I'm just going to send it, because I know that I'm going to sand this down and actually redo it here sometime here soon. Let's see how this looks. Nice. This was a plan for that one, but I never had the motor off that one here yet. So, yeah, there you go. Here's what the finished product looks like. Doesn't look too bad. And I think if I can find my purple can of spray paint, I'm going to go ahead and just rattle gun the back of this mower real quick. So it'll match it when that hood that's laying there, because it fell earlier, it'll match it when that goes on there. I honestly kind of really didn't feel like rigging up my LED lights to that mower. So I just went ahead and painted this one purple because she got the lights in the grill. So yeah, both the bulbs are there. So we're going to see how them work tomorrow. If I can get this motor in there. And then I'm getting ready to paint the back fenders right now. I literally had enough purple in that can to do the mower. As y'all can see, the frame is also now golden colored. But, in my opinion, damn extension cord again. This is a pretty good looking mower. She's gonna be a lot cooler when she's ripping. Now this is another one of my secrets. This, the centerpiece out of a DX94 cord snaps into here and snaps into the front, and that one fully covers the rim. But I had two on the Craftsman with the John Deere, but I don't know what I did with them. But that looks really cool, and the way that this hood is designed, you'll be able to see the frame even when the motor's on there. So that's real cool. Here is, I think, day 3 or 4 now. I'm trying to get this running, but anyway, this head was off here, and we got the head gasket today. Slapped that on. Make sure to clean your surface. Never forget that, head and block. Put the head on first, then we got the lifters in. Then we unscrewed these, got the valve up onto it, and I have this set here for this middle piece. But make sure the valve is seated when you clearance it. Got the cover back on there. Just got the spark plug back in it. Now what I'm getting ready to do is put the starter on here. Then I'll lay it down and I'll put my cover on, dipstick on, then the header. And then she'll be sat down on the mower. We got the motor here. The carburetor's freshly cleaned out. And that's resealed. Check that shit for leaks. Cover's on here, and then Dad's been helping me all day, so that's fucking great.
See if it'll be all right.
Yep, we're gonna see if she'll fire up after I put this in here.
Put that on there. We'll know here in a little bit. What time is it?
Oh yeah.
What time is it?
All right, got y'all set up here. I somewhat have an okay camera angle right now. I just took his short one off, and I'm gonna put this on here so my breather hose will reach it okay. Got the studs out of the carburetor right now. He's just threaded into here like that. Real nice. Got the right bolts in here now. Shit, that's why you want to use 3/8. Alright, I'm going to change out my front cover bolts here because I have the wrong ones in it. Alright, put my header pipe on here now. This is just the piece we cut off the exhaust. And it's just a great day to be out here doing this. Got let out of school early because it's flooding. And we got some stuff down here around the house and getting this motor back together right now. Hoping that she'll run. And everything's going real good. Make sure that you don't forget to put this throttle piece on before you put the carb on. I already took that off, put that in. And then don't forget this wire going to your coil before you put all this on, because I just took this off and plugged it in. I just got the bolts on here on the bottom, and now I'm gonna try to find my bolt for this and get this drive pulley back on here. Alright y'all, got your hood on, headlights plugged in, all that's plugged in. The bolts are on the bottom, got the pulley on, air cleaner stuff on here. And then just put her in the tires. We're gonna see if she runs here in a second. This motor's on here. We tried to fire it up.
Fired up.
Yep, it'd run for a second and then it quit. And this carburetor is probably no longer working good, so.
We'll get back, get the whole thing.
Yeah, I know. I put this on here and I reworked the,
Throttle.
yeah, did that, bent the governor arm as the throttle.
Yeah, but that won't make it.
Yeah, here, let me climb on here. I gotta push the clutch
Climb
down.
on there. Alright. There at the gas. Do it.
Yeah.
Hit it.
So it got down to the bottom of the yard, and then this is what it did now. The oil everywhere.
It might not done that.
Yeah, it was flying though, and it ain't even pulley swap
He was
yet.
screaming.
Yeah. So now we got to do this all over again. See what's wrong with it now. I'm gonna get down here and unplug this. So we took the head cover off here, and this is what it looked like. Oh, that does. Yeah, I need to push that down in there and try to work it soft here.
Okay.
So here's a deeper look at everything. I'm thinking from where it was maybe over revved. It spat oil out of here everywhere. And she was scooting to where I did not want to hold the phone in one hand. So that is pretty good. This valve's off here, all the parts is in a bucket. I'm getting ready to check that out, but first, to hopefully prevent this from happening again, funny enough, I'm gonna make myself a governor right here. So me or one of my homies that drive this thing don't blow it up, you know what I mean. I couldn't say again because the valve came off, but you know what I mean. Alright, I'm working on getting the head off here now. I'll show y'all my hillbilly governor here. This will work good, but can't really show you right now because this carburetor right here is coming off. So I can get the head off and get the spring back on that valve. I'll show y'all what actually happened on this here. The let's find it. I'll set her down here. This piece here that goes on the top of your spring clicks in the spot right here in that smaller hole. And I think from over revving it, you see how that's kind of bent out now? So this broke and it made the valve fall off, but thankfully it just died and it didn't mess anything up so far that I've seen. And while we're at it, we'll go ahead and check if the valve's bent. That valve looks straight to me. So we'll figure that out. And I'm also trying to find the correct connecting rod, or not, the correct push rod for this, because this is the one out of the 16 and it has a tiny bit different head from this one up here. I'm wondering if that might have played into it, but we're gonna go ahead and burr this off. Damn it, I still haven't took the carburetor off yet. Alright, put all the head bolts out. We're gonna work this off of here. I forgot one head bolt. Alright. Damn it. What the fuck? Oh, shit's just falling out. Anyway, earlier in the video, when I said that I'll show y'all how to put the valve springs on whenever I do it again, funny enough, I'm doing it again a little bit like 25 hours later. So, I'm gonna set this here, and we're gonna try to get this on here good. Inside the cylinder is pretty oiled up. She definitely got some oil. Oh, check that out, y'all. See that spot on the piston? The damn valve dropped and it hit the piston, but I gotta check if this valve's bent. I surely hope it ain't, because this is the last one I had. Alright, I'm gonna go over here and check this. Alright, so on my parts head here, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all how to take it off. So yeah, that's intake. Alright, so it's clipped into this small piece, and this hole right here is what'll come out. So you want to push and move it over, push down and move it over like that. Push it down, move it over, then decompress it. Bam, come right up like that. Then now I have the piece I need, and as y'all can see, this one ain't messed up down there. And I'm sure, well, hopefully you can probably get some thicker, like aftermarket ones or something to handle some high revving motors, but I don't feel like waiting, and they probably don't even make that anymore. So I got this 16 here. I mean this keeper off the 16 horse here. So whenever you're doing this, you want to have the head off. You want to take your hand like this and push up on your valve here. This goes for like if you're just putting one together, you know, like not if you're just putting the keeper back on because you just dropped the valve. But I'm putting this piece on here, can't forget that. I took all of this off just so I knew that it wouldn't you know, fall off while I was transporting it. You want to put this up like that as the spring sits on that. Sandwich that down and put the spring on here. And then this part, it's a little harder coming down, but you want to push down and then move it back into that clip spot. And that looks like it's about to fly out of there, so there we go. Now it's all the way over. If y'all see that last little bit of movement right there, just like that. We're gonna not seated, and then now it's seated. So the valve's back in there like that. Now we're gonna put the assembly here back on the rockers here. We're gonna put all this together. So one piece you don't want to forget, and you better hope that you don't lose if you're in the same situation I'm in, is this little button looking thing here at the top. I think y'all can see that in the light. After you get that on, you want to take this little piece, pop this on here like that, and here's a nut that'll go in there. But here's my valve right now. Check out. Actually, I'm gonna grab this rod here and see. So this is the end off the 16 horse. Let's move a little freely on that. Okay, so I mean that should be okay. So we'll just go ahead and stick with that. My hole for the rocker, it ain't really, I don't see it, nothing being messed up with it that I can see. We're gonna screw this nut on here and the locker in it, and then we're gonna put this down on there, and I'll video myself setting the tolerances for them this time. Alright, now what I'm doing is I'm putting this head back on here, and I took out the push rods, and the head gasket is already on it. sits there like this. I'm just gonna look up in here and line it up to the pins. There she goes. Now, I'm gonna bring down a few bolts in this before I put the push rods back in it, and then I'll set the tolerance on my valves. And I think I might have messed up last time, but I don't necessarily think I did. I think I might have left that retainer on the top of the spring like out a little bit. And we're gonna try her again here and see what ends up happening. All right, I'm gonna loosen the centerpiece first. Then, when your valve's like this, you can screw this down. Damn it. Should've moved this one before I put the other one on there. Now it's on the push rod. Thread that down. Alright, well, another round of that's 6 thousandths and that's 4 thousandths. So, gotta check this out here. Yep, that's the exhaust valve. So let's make sure that's 6. Run that down. I'm gonna make sure it goes in there, but see, I don't want to until I push on her. Firmly goes in there, then you did it right, hopefully. I'm gonna take this, take it down, take the locker down. Let's see, 6. I need to back out a little more, back this nut off. Just a hair. Damn, that is a 10 mil. Take this off just a fuzz. Shit, that was a little too much. But since I did that, make this middle one tighter. Just the fuzz. Alright. Check middle again. Nice. Now let's do the intake. Damn. Hell, that's already there. Y'all see that? It's pretty funny. Yeah, that did make her a little tight. Back that down. Tighten this. Four. Just a fuzz here. Nice. What'd I break? No. Wait. Okay, I was just a screwdriver clicking. Thank you, Jesus. 4 thousandths, 6 thousandths. Now, gonna put the manifold cover back on, or the head cover back on here. Alright, we got the cold start video of the Poulan. The next day after, while it's daylight, it is still raining. Alright, well, as y'all seen, there is now oil here, some more oil here. I think she shot out from there again. I'll check in the air box in the garage, but now we gotta push this hoe back.
$5.
Yep, $50 right now.
Yeah, $5 right.
Alright, we're just pushing her back to the garage right now. It's throwing smoke out of the carburetor, so I think the valve might have fucked up again, so I gotta see what happened this time. Oh, she's getting a little speed right here. Nice. Alright, y'all, I got down here, got the hood off. I noticed one of my head bolts are loose here, and hopefully that nothing in my valve train is messed up, and that's what the problem is here. So I'm removing this cover here to look at her. I got a ratchet now. Alright, y'all, so we now have a good sign to see. Even though this popped off, the little piece wart's right there, so that ain't lost. The rocker here doesn't look bent. Nothing's missing off of this. So this, I don't know, I might give it a little more. Yeah, I guess it needs sucked down a little more, because I mean it's jumped off twice, except this time it came off a lot less, and the springs are still there, which I'm very happy about, because I don't have to take the head off now. I'll just go through, I'll make sure all of them are torqued down, because I guess that they weren't, so we're going to try her again. Alright, y'all, so I broke the nut that went on to the end here with the locker in it. And as I was getting ready to give up, I remembered I could take the one off my 16 horse and use it. And I was just laughing at the fact that how many times I would have been screwed in this video if I didn't have a 16 horse headland here. So we're going to put this on and give her another go. Got that valve on there, got her clearanced. I'm wondering if that's going to make a difference, but it is tight, so I guess the stud's wearing out or something, but we're going to put her back together and see how she does for a third time now. Alright, so what I was saying about putting my governor on there for, I was doing it because I didn't want a friend to blow it up, me or a homie to blow it up. Well, I did have a homie blow this motherfucker up. But the bad thing is, one, I said I didn't have the engine off of that one yet, and I'm getting ready to take it off here in about 10 minutes, because it's going on to this one here, and then I'm going to take this one off, and then we're going to slap it on there with the different hand throttle I got for a V-twin, just to have in the meantime, because I'm literally getting 3 motors next Saturday, and one of them I've been told that it runs. So this thing will have another twin on it, and then the John Deere will get put back in that, and hopefully that pulley will be done then. I will let you have that for a week, back to original plan. And then I might have 2 of them here next week, and then I'll rebuild this one because I'm getting another 14.5 and a 17 horse. So I'll just basically do the same thing again, but now I'm going to go in the bottom end, and there goes more of my money because I'm going to end up probably getting new shit for it. So here's how the front of the Poulan looks right now. Got both of the headlights, the grill, the OG Craftsman hood. And oh shit, we put a V-twin in it. We just said, you know, we'll just throw the one out of that one in it and then stop messing around. So the plugs worked and everything, but this motor here, the 14.5 that we built, well, here next week I'm going to tear into it again, and then I'll make another video of what happened to it. Pretty sure it's in the bottom end, because I had the lifters out wide, you know, the head assembly taken out of it, and it still wouldn't want to turn over on the intake stroke. But we going to get a cold start of this thing.
Oh, hell yeah. Nah, it's probably too deep.